Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my fourth update for Throwback 30. This is the panning project that was created by Jessica Lee based on other Fantastic Ladies projects. There were 30 that were voted into this year's Throwback 30. I am still working on 28 of them as of last time. I accidentally lied and said 27. It was 28, and I used 21 of those products. I have until July 28th next year to meet those goals. I do have a goal met for this time, and we're going to find out which one it is, but we're going to do that by starting at the top of the alphabetical list. The first project we're going to talk about is for the project 50 Shades of Black. That is this year's 50 Shades, and it is for black things. My black thing is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It's a little deluxe size of it. As of last time, I had 13 uses. I used it 7 more times, giving me 20 in this project. I did use it before this was in the project. I still really like it. It's still really pointy. It is still working, but I have over the last month noticed that whenever I do a wing with it, I will get a crisp outline of a wing, and then filling it in gets a little bit patchy. So it is starting to get a little bit low. I have been storing it upside down to get all of the product down towards the tip, but at some point that's going to stop working. I'm not sure when it is. I am happy though that it is still a pointy tip. Next is 50 Shades of Brown, and the brown thing that I brought in for this project is a concealer. It's the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in the shade N2. I used it 24 times over the last month, including right now, and that is the number of times that I wore makeup in the last month. That brings me a total of 88 uses in the project, and this is starting to dry out. I think this is going to be the last month this will be in here. I'm not rolling out quite yet, but I don't think it's going to survive over the whole month. So you can see all that windowing there. It is getting difficult to get product on the doe foot, and you can see there's no stopper, so I can't really stick a brush in there to get more out, but whenever I am no longer getting product scraping the sides is when I'll call it done. So this is going to be empty probably by the end of the calendar year, but for now it's still here. Next one is 50 Shades of Green, and yes, that is something green. My green thing is a shampoo. You can see the product itself is green. I am trying to finish this, and we are now right at the top of that writing there. So we're now in the middle, so it's going to look like it's going slower. I used it 9 times over the last month, bringing me to a total of 25. So we'll see how much longer it'll take. It'll be a few more months. It's an okay shampoo. I have no problem using it. Would I buy it again? I don't know. It's just okay, but I do like the bottle. It is not gone yet though, because I do still have to finish it in this project, and I actually do have half of a refill that I can put in here, and so I will still get plenty of use out of the bottle at least. 50 Shades of Pink was the original, and my pink thing is an eyeshadow. It's from this Style Eyes Duo from Coastal Scents. The only shade in here is a matte. I am trying to finish it. I've used it 4 times over the last month, and that brings me a total of 15 uses. So it'll be a little bit yet. That is a lot of pan. I still only have side pan on the top there. I am getting close to side pan on that side, but I haven't gotten there yet. We'll see if I can do it for next time. 50 Shades of Purple is for purple things, and I picked a nail polish. This nail polish doesn't have a name on it as far as I know. It's the oldest one that I own, and it is purple. I'm trying to finish it. I previously had 2 uses. I used it once in the last month. I think I can get 1 more use on it. It is all the way down there, but it is still in here for now. It's a pretty metallic-y type purple. It looks browner on camera than it is in person. So I like it better in person than I do on camera, but this is still in the project for a little bit longer. This is the last of the 50 Shades projects. 50 Shades of Yellow includes gold since it is metallic yellow. This is a Cynthia Rowley eyeliner. It doesn't have a shade name, but it's gold. I previously had 1 use on it. I've used it 3 more times, and I need to sharpen it, but this has a goal of using it 15 times. I still have 11 to go, so it'll be a few more months yet. Next is the Ancient Mythos Project Pan. That round 1 ends in 2 days, but round 2 has actually already started, and so I'm doing both of them at the moment for the next 2 days anyway. I did have one of the round 1 prompts in here, since that's the only one that had existed whenever this project started, and the prompt that I had was Achilles. That is something that is your Achilles heel, so your weakness. And I picked something that was a sample because I am historically a sucker for gifts with purchase. I see gifts with purchase and then I spend more than I intended to because I wanted the free stuff, which is no longer free. But this is a primer. It's the DHC Velvet Skin Coat. I used it 13 times over the last month, giving me a total of 23. This doesn't stay sucked down, but whenever I had the air squeezed out of it, it was about here. So I think I can have this done for next month. We'll see. It is a pore filling primer. It has a drier texture to it, but that's just the way it was supposed to be. It reminds me of a Winky Lux one that I once had, where it is supposed to just have a drier feeling to it, and you are able to rub it into your skin. It works just fine. It just kind of feels odd, and some people have said that they thought they got a bad one. It wasn't bad, that's just how it is, but this is still in here for now. Another pan bites the dust is themed around Queen songs, and the Queen song that I got was Bohemian Rhapsody, something that takes a long time to finish. This is the NYX Glitter Primer. I've used it 8 times in the last month. I am trying to finish it, and I actually think there's more air in here than there was last time, so I don't know where I am or if that's realistic, because I have used it, but it looks fuller than it was, but that's not actually possible. I do have it on right now. I usually use this under shimmers. If I'm doing an all matte look, I use something else, but I've used it 8 times, and we'll see if I finish it in a year or not. I'm not so sure. The Beauty and the Beast project pan ended earlier this month. I had another prompt in here, and that was for Belle. Belle is something that is different in your collection, and I only had one nail treatment, the Nailtopia Orange Nail Treatment. My goal was to finish this. I used it one more time in the last month, and I'm calling it. I can't get anything else out of here. Even when I lay it on its side, the brush does not reach that. It's also very thick, as you can see, and no longer usable. I think adding thinner to it would kind of defeat the purpose of a nail treatment, since the thinner is not good for your nails, it's drying in itself. So this is the end for Belle in this project, and this is my one rollout for this month. Birthstone Beauty is themed around the birthstones that are assigned to each month. My birthday's in February, and that birthstone is amethyst, but I did that last year, so I randomized a different month and used that birthstone for this year. I got April, and that birthstone is diamond. So what I picked is this Bath & Body Works Moonlight Path Shimmer Mist, the diamond shimmer mist to be precise, hence my diamond. I have a goal of using this 30 times. As of last time, I had 10 uses. I got another 10, so I am now at 20. One more month of 10 uses should do it, so I should be able to meet my goal for next month. We'll check and see if I do next time. It's been a while since we've talked about Child of the 80s. That's a project with 80s themed prompts, 80 of them, and the one that I randomized is Mullet, which is a favorite hair product. This is the Way Detox shampoo. I have used it once in the last month, so it's a little bit under the mark that I made last time we talked about this. It's not moving all that quickly. I am not using it as often as I did in times past. I've had other of these samples. My goal is to finish this, and it's going to be a little while. Disney Princess Roulette is themed around the Disney princesses. I randomized one of them, and the 2 colors that are assigned to Ariel are purple and teal. I picked something purple. This is my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette, and this over here is the shade Nani, which is a purple shimmer. My goal is to use it 15 times. Last time I had 9 uses. I used it twice more for 11, so I have 4 to go. It's probably going to take me 2 more months. I don't think I'm going to use that many purples in December in the Christmas month, but you never know. I am certain, however, it would roll out by the January update. We'll find out which it'll be. Next is Happy Hour, which is themed around adult beverages. The prompt that I randomized is not a beverage, it is the prompt Happy Hour, and that is something you got on sale. Tree Hut products go on sale pretty regularly, and that's when I bought this one. It's the Ocean Glow Shave Oil. My goal is to finish it. There are my lines there. I am now at that orange one. So at this rate, probably 2 more months, maybe 3. So I'm not shaving quite that often in the winter, but I do sometimes. But this is still in here. I do really like it, and I would buy another one of these shave oils whenever this one is done. The next project has not been discussed in here since the intro. That is I Heart the 90s. There are a bunch of 90 themes prompts, and I randomized one and got Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies is a product that reminds you of your favorite Beanie Baby. My favorite Beanie Baby is Fleece the Lamb. I found her. I knew I kept her, but I couldn't find her when I went to film my intro. I did locate her about 2 or 3 months ago, so she is here with me for this update now that we're talking about her again. I did take the tag off, and that is because I knew that I wasn't going to get rid of her. I did love this Beanie Baby. I slept with it, and the tag is uncomfortable, so I just cut that off. She is the original, though. Like, she's got that tag on there. She was a gift when I was 10 from my grandparents for my birthday, and so I did keep her around all this time. As you can see, most of the fabric that fleece is made of is meant to look fluffy, like a lamb. So that's, I think, why I liked her so much, was the texture and the way she feels. And so I brought in something that makes you fluffy. This is the Halle Fluffy G Foamy Glazy Hair Gloss. I've used this exactly once. And I actually had not read the directions when I picked this for this project. It actually tells you to use all of it whenever you go to use it. I didn't do that. I don't need that much to cover my hair. I think if I were to guess with a shake test, that the level is down about there after using it once. So I will be using it several more times. It did work with the amount that I applied. It did give my hair shine. It also made my hair straighter, which is something that I wasn't really expecting. I did not really do anything to my hair. That's kind of a natural wave that I have, but that was gone when I used this. It wasn't as straight as it would be if I used an actual straightener, but I did have more volume than when I would use a straightener. Like, it makes your hair go completely flat. I still had some fluff, but it was straight, so that's good to know if I want a look like that. And I'm sure I will be using it several more times because I'm trying to finish it in this project. It's Panning Cats and Dogs is themed around our pets, and I was lucky enough to randomize the prompt Best of Breed, which is where I tell you about my pet. My pet is named Linus. He is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our bedtime routine. Every night, once I'm all showered and it's time to go to sleep, I of course take Linus out so he can go potty one more time before we go to sleep. We come back in and he takes his meds. He has a heart problem. Most Cavaliers have mitral valve disease. Is no exception. He also has it, and so he takes a medication for that. And so he eats his medication, then he gets his dental treat. And if I do not give him his dental treat, he will not come upstairs. He will sit down in the dark waiting for his treat because he knows that he's supposed to have it. On the rare occasion that we run out of his dental treats, I will come back up with the lights off downstairs and he's still sitting there in the dark waiting, and he will start barking at me to come and give him his treat. Once I give it to him, he has to take it to his certain spot. He comes up the stairs and lays right at the top of the stairs. I don't know why, but that's where he likes eating his treats, and he will chew it there while I'm putting on my lip balm and putting on hand cream. And once he has finished, he will come and sit next to the bed. We have gotten to a point where all he really needs to do is lick his chops, and I will hear him and I will get out of bed. But if I am ignoring him, then he will like put his paws on the side of the bed to tell me that he is ready to join me. My bed frame is one of those that has drawers underneath it, so the mattress is up pretty high and it's too high for him to jump. So he can't get there by himself. He needs some help. I do have a ramp for him, but he won't use the ramp. He wants me to come get him. So I will get out of bed, and then he will go over to the corner of my bedroom and roll over for a belly rub. And so once I've rubbed his belly for a little bit, I will then tell him that it's time to go to bed. And sometimes he's pretty resistant, sometimes he wants more belly rubs, but then I will pick him up and put him in bed so he can join me. I am very well trained. Since Linus does have noticeable eyebrows, it's something that he gets compliments on a lot, is his brows. I brought in a brow product. This is the Brow Bar Brow Definer. I am trying to finish this. I had only used it 3 times as of the last update. I have used it 14 more. The cap is pretty difficult to get off. It isn't on there nice and tight. I don't typically travel with brow products, but this one would travel very well. That's what's left in there. And so this is very skinny, and I'm very worried about breaking it, so I'm just going to bring that down. There's still plenty of product in there you can't really see, but it is only down to about there when rolled all the way down. So there's plenty left, and it's going to be in here for a few more months yet. I'm trying to finish it. We'll find out if I pull it off. Lip service is for panning any lip product. I picked this lip crayon from Perry Pura in the shade Fruity Orange. I'm trying to finish this. It is rolled all the way up. I previously had 9 uses on it. I used it twice more for 11. And it's low. It is at the point where I can feel it scraping my lips, but I'm still able to get product on them without just removing it. So we're not quite there, but once it gets to the point where I can't get product off anymore, I'm going to call it done. What is left in there is going to end up franking into a tinted lip balm. At that point, though, I would call it done for this project, and so it will not be long now. It is out of season. It's more of a springy color to me, but hopefully I'll be able to get it done finally. I know I've been saying that for months now, but I mean it this time. Same Pan last year has a list of holiday-related prompts, and the one that I got was Latin Heritage Month, which is a Hispanic-owned brand. This is the Nuco Hair Super Thick Conditioner, and I am trying to finish this bottle. There's my marks. That's where I'm at right now, so we're about halfway. I do have a matching shampoo that's not really in this project, but when I use the conditioner, I'm using that shampoo. And so at this rate, I'll probably finish it around April-ish, maybe May. It does smell like peppermint, so that's getting to be nice for this time of year. And I like the conditioner just fine, like it's decent. The shampoo, I feel like I need a lot of it, so I'm not a big fan of the shampoo, which is why I wouldn't buy more of the conditioner, but I will finish what I have. That 70s pan is themed around the 70s, and I randomized the Jeffersons, which is represented by a black-owned brand. And so I picked this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Heat in the shade Lemon Lava. My goal is to use it 30 times. Last time I had 13 uses, I'm now up to 18, so I am past the halfway goal. I've used it 5 times in the last month, and that does include right now. This is the only product on my lips right now. So it is essentially a clear gloss. It looks yellow in the tube. It's not really yellow on, but there are some like micro shimmers in there, and it does make your lips really glossy. So that's a cool effect. And so I only have 12 uses to go on this product. That's expensive is for expensive products. My most expensive foundation is the Lancome Tinty Doll Ultra Wear. I am trying to finish it. When it came in, it was at that black line, and now I can make a new mark at the orange line. I've only used it twice in the last month, but I've used it a few times over the course of this project. I am really quite certain I'm going to have this done by January because this is now into season for me. It was too light for me over the summer, but this is a better match now, and so I am certain that I will be finishing this over the next 2 months. That's So 2000s is themed around the 2000s, and I randomized the prompt Bratz dolls, which is something that exaggerates your features. This is the Lancome Base Stay Mascara. It is a mascara primer. It is meant to make your lashes longer, and it does. I've used it 4 times in the last month. I'm kind of limited with this one because I can't wear it when I go to work because I wear safety glasses at work. And then my lashes are long enough that they hit the inside of my safety glasses, and that's the worst first world problem ever. Not really. But that does limit when I can use this product, so it is still in here. It does still work. I'm not using it all that often, but here it is. And last is Zodiac Panner. Zodiac Panner is themed around the Greek zodiac. Each of the signs has one or more colors associated with them. I picked my rising sign this time, which is Gemini. Gemini's color is yellow. So we're in my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette again. This is the shade Paradise. It's a very yellow gold. My goal is to use it 15 times, and I am now up to 11 uses after having used it 4 times over the last month. So I have 4 uses to go. If I can do that again, this will roll out next time. We'll see if I can manage it. Gold is a more Christmassy color, so that actually is possible. We'll see. So there is my update. I only have the one rollout, and that would be this nail treatment for the prompt Belle in the Beauty and the Beast project, but it's something. Of the 27 products remaining in this project, I think I can meet goal on 2 of them for next time. And that would be this concealer for 50 Shades of Brown is nearing the end of its life, and hopefully, finally, I will finish the lip crayon for lip service. That's all there is. I should be able to do that, right? Wish me luck. Good luck with your projects, and I will see you next month. Bye.